Hi everyone, so for today's video I'm just going to show you how to make an adjustable strap for a bag for for any of your sewing projects or in the hoop projects. So you can actually make the strap yourself first of all, or you can buy pre-made webbing or strapping, which is what I've got here. So I've got a length here that's 52 inches long. The first thing I'm going to do is just burn the ends to melt it, which will stop it from fraying. So just take your lighter, just be careful with your fingers, hold it away from the flame, and that's all you need to do. Then the things that you'll need, the hardware pieces if you like, are 2 lobster claw clasps and a slider. These are sometimes called a 3, and then my bag is actually going to have tabs with D-rings on, which once the handle's made, they will hook onto, but they're going to go in the sewing of the actual bag. So I'm just going to show you how to make the strap. So the first thing you want to do is get your webbing or bag strap, whichever, as I say, you may have either made your own out of fabric or you may be buying it. The way I do it is I put the webbing face up, and your slider, not sure how well you'll see, but when you turn it over, you'll see that one side of it, the slider hooks over these bars. So that's classed as the wrong side. So I take my slider right side up with my fabric right side up, and then with the webbing in my left hand, I come up the left hand side of this bar from the underneath, like so, pull it through, and then go over the slider and down the other side. So that's what it looks like on the right side, and that's what it looks like on the wrong side. Okay, and then from here you want to sew this down. Now again, it depends how close you want to get to sewing it down. You could put rivets or grommets in it, but I sew mine. Once you've sewn it, you could also put, like a rivet or a grommet through as a decorative element. But on most of the bags that I've done so far, I've just sewn and not added the extra rivets. So I'm now going to turn it over so I've got the wrong side up, and I'm going to fold this over like so. So I'm kind of just pushing this D-ring or slider kind of like to the back. And I like to sew mine from the front. So what I do, I hold where I've folded this over to this end, and I put my thumb there. Then I put this under my sewing machine, and I like to use my zipper foot because I can get closer to the webbing. And basically what I do, I'm just going to rest the rest of the webbing on the table. I know that the underside of this webbing where I've folded it over ends here. So I'm going to keep my fingers there. I'm going to put this under the foot until the foot can go down without catching on this buckle. And then I'm going to sew a rectangle. So I'm going to come across, come down to just before the bottom of this piece underneath, go up, across and back. I'm going to do that 2 times, and then I'm going to do across from corner to corner. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm just starting with the zipper foot just on the edge. So I'm going to stop, making sure that my needle's in the down position, and on my machine I can set it so that it will stop with the needle down and it will lift the foot. Then I'm going to pivot, and then again I know that the under piece is here. So I'm going to carry on and sew till I get just before there. It will lift up. I'm going to turn it round, sew to the other side, lift it up again. Now you can either, it doesn't matter which way you do it, I tend to swivel it all the way round, and then I'm going to come back to where I started. Then I'm going to turn it back round, and I'm going to go back round again. So just try and keep this out of the way so it doesn't get caught on any part of your foot. and then just keep going round. I can go a little bit more, maybe one more stitch. Just turning it round and stitching. And then instead of turning this round this way, I'm going to pivot this all the way back round. And then when I get here, I'm going to stop, and now I'm going to sew on the diagonal from that corner to that corner. I'm going to stop, maybe go one more stitch. I'm going to swivel it round. I'm going to come back across. Might go back one actually there. There you go. And then I'm going to come from this corner to this corner now. And then I'm going to do a couple of back stitches and a couple forward. Now what I have done here, I can also set my machine that when I go backwards it will come forward again, and then it will stop and cut the thread. So I've taken that feature off because I wanted to be able to go back the number of stitches I wanted to go back and come forward. So that's now finished. So I'm going to cut my thread, and that's going to lift the foot. So let me just find my little scissors, turn it over and cut the couple of threads that are on the back, and that's now completely sewn and secure. So what you do from here now, you need one of your sliders, and I have the swivel ones which make it easy for putting these on. You know you're always going to get them in the right orientation. You're going to keep your strap right side up and come all the way to the end. Take one of your hooks, slide it into your clasp, and then just let it go, and still keeping everything right side up. So this is all right side up. I'm going to fold this over now, and then I'm going to come back to the slider, go back through like I did before, so from underneath to the top, and then back down. And now you just pull, and there's your adjustable section with one of your clasps already on. So now you just keep coming along, still making sure the right side is up. Get the other end of your clasp and put the flat edge of the D down, and then you're going to fold over and repeat what you did, or what I'm doing, on the other side. So when you get, if you imagine this is the right side, this is the wrong side, and if I keep coming along, here's the right side, and when I turn it over, there's the wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly the same. Just going to shorten it a little bit. I know that's where it folds over to, so I'm going to hold my finger there. I'm going to put this under the foot, keeping away from the flat edge of the D-ring, and sew. Pivot, come down to where my finger is down here, because I know that's where the webbing overlaps. Turn it round. I find the clasps, lobster claw clasps, are easier to sew because you've just got the flat D-ring. With the buckle, you've just got to, you know, make sure you keep it out of the way so it's not hitting your foot. Doesn't matter if you go past, you know, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. If you use the same colour thread, it's not even going to be seen. But try and get it so that your stitches do overlap. So now I'm going to do the diagonal. going to come across and do the other diagonal. Back tap, come forward a bit, and if you just want to go for a bit of extra security, you can come, you know, back up the side again. As I say, I normally go round twice as the rectangle and then put the cross in the middle. So again, I'm just going to cut any loose threads, but I'm using a black webbing and I'm using black thread, so you can't even see the stitching at all. So that is now a fully adjustable bag strap, so you can have it as long or as short as you want. You just pull this and your sliders will slide down, or you make it longer. So I am going to take this quite a way down for now. So that's the strap. If you want to see the project that it's going onto, just watch. I'll show you in a few minutes, but it will also probably be in the thumbnail. But if you want to see kind of like a live view of it, just keep watching. Okay, and here it is finished. So it's now attached to the bag with the clasp. Because I've used the same colour thread and I sewed it from the top, you're not going to see whatever bobbin thread you use. On this one, I actually use the same colour. So you can see how it attaches, and it's fully adjustable. So it can be made longer, so it can be worn as a crossbody bag. It can be made shorter, so you can wear it as a sling bag, or you can make it even smaller and wear it as a waist or a hip bag. So for this one, exactly the same type of webbing. I used pink on the top, but I'd left the black in the bobbin, but on the top you can't really see the stitching that much. This bag I used a wider webbing, and I made fabric tabs for this bag. And then this one is another webbing, and again I used brown thread and I sewed it from the front, although I had black bobbin thread in the bottom, but you can't see it. So they're so easy to make, so don't be intimidated by adjustable straps. All as you need, as I said, is the D-ring slider, and you need a couple of lobster claw clasps. And then obviously when you make your bags, you just need something on your bag that your lobster claw clasps are going to fasten onto. So that's today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.